and we are internal, so it may be different for us. That looks like
Services engineer with Madico. Also on today is Steve Wood.
Hello, everyone.
Steve's our program manager. We'd like to thank you for attending today. This webinar is going to take 20 to 25 minutes, and at the end we'll have about 5 minutes for questions. Everybody's muted, so we ask that you type your questions into the chat. Please take a moment to find the chat feature before we begin. If you're using a laptop, you need to hover your mouse over the meeting window for it to appear. On an iPhone, the chat may appear up at the top, while on Android phones, the chat's on the bottom. You can join with your computer audio, but typically using your cell phone offers a clearer signal.
We are super excited to announce that Wincos is now available in 60-inch rolls with a 2-ply 1.5 mil construction. Wincos is our very best film and has unmatched benefits. Highlighted by its superior IR rejecting nano ceramic technology, the new 1.5 mil Wincos version is available in 7 different VLTs and from 3% up to 70%. As always, all Wincos films are non-metallized, which is perfect for today's technology. This is especially important when with body control modules on cars, radio signals, and cell phone communications. Wincos 1.5 mil is available in 60-inch rolls, as I had stated before. So what we do, you will have to purchase the entire 60-inch roll. Slitting is available for customized widths. For example, a 3624, 2040, 18, 20, 22 for some of the VLTs that would go or would be used for legal limitations for VLT. 1842 if you're used to using the 42-inch product that we have now, and also we do sell partial rolls in 25-foot increments, 25, 50, and 75.
Wincos offers unmatched performance in the marketplace. On the left, you see this chart. It has an overlay of all the solar scans or the solar transmission scans of each of the VLTs from Wincos. As you can see, the IR performance is identical for all of the VLTs. We offer complete blocking through the entire region of the infrared energy spectrum. It's greater than 90%. This is an advantage of Madico and Wincos as we measure and report the blocking across the entire IR region. Often I get questions and I'm asked to explain the difference between Wincos and a competitor that claims 99% IR rejection. The competitor is not being entirely or is not explaining entirely what they're reporting. Often this measurement is a very narrow region within the IR or even a single wavelength. Obviously, this is confusing to consumers, and it's the reason that the IWFA developed a uniform measure called IRER, or infrared energy rejection. IRER is a calculation, of the total amount of energy rejected across the entire IR spectrum. It's just like TSER, except in this case, the value only represents the energy in the IR, as opposed to TSER, which accounts for the heat in the UV, the heat in the visible, and the heat in the IR. The main reason that TSER and IRER are better measures of heat rejection is they are measured uniformly across the entire window film industry, while infrared rejection is not. Whenever something's not measured uniformly, it can lead to one measure looking better than another when in fact it is not. With the introduction of the new Wincos 1.5 mil, we've also taken the time to update our website, to include additional descriptions for you and your customers. UV and fade protection. All of Madico window films are protecting the occupants and the vehicle interiors from damaging UV radiation. This was a topic of one of our previous Madico use, so I recommend that you take the time to look it up on our website. All of our products are now recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation and carry their seal of approval. Another one is temperature control. With the superior IR blocking, consumers can see heat blocking and temperature control while still using a high visible light product. We also offer glare.
Jesse, we lost your audio.
So Jesse was talking about glare control as well. That even though we can block the heat with the high VLT product, we recognize that glare is still an issue while driving, and offer darker VLTs to further control glare. By reducing glare, the driver can improve their visibility and help them operate the vehicle safely. Privacy and security are always a concern in today's environment. By offering a full range of VLTs, customers can select the perfect film that offers privacy and security in the vehicle's outside, from the outside views. Additionally, in an accident, Wincos films can also help broken glass stay together, making the interior that much safer.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't
We
know
can.
what happened. Forgive me, everybody. With the launch, we'd also like to highlight that we have marketing materials, a wide range available for Wincos. The first one on the right-hand side is the Wincos wallboard. This is perfect for your display room. It's easily installed on the wall, and on the bottom, there's removable, customizable panels that allow you to highlight your most commonly sold Wincos films. Each wallboard comes complete with a label set with stickers for each VLT with all the common solar properties and the film names already on them. Additionally, we offer the Wincos sample books. These books have every film in it with the complete solar optical properties for that inquiring customer who must know. It's perfect for displaying and also handing out to customers that are shopping around. To go along with those, we have the consumer brochure. These cover all those important features that we just covered a couple slides back. The highlights on the UV protection, IR blocking, temperature control, glare control, and privacy. To go along in your shop or your waiting room, or maybe even out front on the storefront, we have our Wincos banner and an interactive display called our Wow Box. These are used to highlight and for the customers to feel the difference in performance when using Wincos. Typically, what we like to do is highlight a very dark film like limo tint on your first one. Instinctively, the customer thinks since it's so dark, it's going to be the best heat rejector. You turn on the lamp, you put the limo tint in there, and you allow the customer to feel the heat that's coming through. You pull the limo tint out, and then you use a Wincos 70 in place, and then you let them feel the difference in it, and you can see how much more heat rejection we can offer with a clear film than with that very, very dark limo tint. Also coming soon, we're going to offer a point of purchase display. These are countertop displays and capable of holding those consumer brochures that we talked about a moment ago. For your employees and around the shop, we offer some clothing to wear. We have t-shirts and hats. And then to go along with the final sale, we have our warranty cards, and these highlight the superior service for the superior product in Wincos, and it leaves the customer completely satisfied. Wincos 1.5 mil is available for ordering on our shopmadico.com website. It's also available at your local service center. Shopmadico.com allows you to place an order on your phone or your tablet It doesn't require you to phone into the service center. It's nice, quick, and it's typical of online ordering that you would experience at other retailers. We'd like to offer you a special bundle with the launch of the Wincos 1.5. You can do this on shopmadico.com or by contacting your local service center. So with the purchase of your first roll of Wincos 1.5, you receive a package of consumer brochures and that Wincos banner for display in your shop or out front of your shop. If you purchase 2 or more rolls of Wincos on your first purchase, we'll also include the Wincos wallboard. So you'll get the brochures, the banner, and the wallboard if you purchase 2. We're going to offer this bundle all the way through September 1st. Just an example, if you were to do it on shopmadico.com, you can see in this case we've selected 2 of the Wincos rolls, and then we have our brochures, our banner, and the wallboard set, and you can see it applies the discount on the right. And then if we were to reduce that to just 1 roll, you see we have the same 3 marketing things selected, but in this case, since it's only 1 roll, you just get the banner and the brochure pack, but you'd have to pay for the wallboard set.
So I would like to refer back to the different roll sizes that you can actually have the 60-inch roll cut down with the new 1.5 Wincos product. It really ties in with our max cutting program. So just a quick kind of go over the max program real quick. But in the 90s, window film manufacturers and window film companies started using plotters and patterns. And really the idea of this system was about having less waste, less time spent on each car, less risk of interior or exterior damage. But really what sold this product was the ability to really control your inventory and control your waste. And so with the Wincos 1.5 being sold in 60, minimizing waste is actually the 60-inch, purchasing the film in 60-inch is actually a very good way of minimizing waste. If you, like I was saying before, you can cut down a roll 18, 20, 22. 18-inch film will do most side glasses. 20-inch as well for some that are a little bit bigger, and the 22-inch for trucks and SUVs that typically use a 24-inch rule. The 36-24, same thing. 24 will work on your SUVs and your trucks. 36 will do every back window. There are a couple of exceptions, but not many. Cutting a roll 30-30. A huge amount of windows, back windows can be done in a 30-inch. So it's all about maintaining or keeping the waste down. Since you have to purchase the whole entire 60-inch roll, there are many ways to be clever about your film usage, and you can really squeeze every inch out of it. Jesse? So the Max software, you have unlimited use of window film patterns dating back to 1990. There aren't very many cars these days that are still on the road that are that old, but there are tens of thousands of patterns, both paint protection and window film. Hand cutting patterns, they provide, plotted patterns provide much crisper edges than hand cutting in many applications. You can with a plotter and software in your shop, you can do all kinds of things that can actually increase your business as well. So just wanted to throw that in there for the people that are actually using plotters for this, and they can minimize waste with the 60-inch films. Jesse? So our offerings for plotters with our Max software, we have software combos with plotters. The software would be $120 a month, $1,200 if you pay for a full year. All of these prices are actually for US. I know that some of now with our acquisition of Madico Canada, that you'll have to get with your local sales representative or service center for information on that. In the US as well, that's who you would want to contact for any information regarding the plotters. We offer the GraphTech plotters 42-inch for $55.95, the 54-inch for $65.95, and the 64 for the for $75.95. Most popular size is 42-inch, and really in automotive, that's where you would want to start with these cut down rolls. We also have a lease program that is a lease to own program. It's a US only, but I believe that we're working on that in Canada at the moment. It's $124.69 per month. Jesse? We also have 4 more webinars coming up. August the 11th, Explore Madico's decorative film line. We have August 17th, Introduction to Neutralux, which is our antimicrobial surface film. August 26th, Benefits of Joining IWFA. And September 15th, How to Advertise. I can't see it on my screen. Can you help me out, Jesse?
Sure. I don't know what happened. Did we lose my screen? I'm sorry.
Yeah, on September.
How to advertise on social media.
What is the webinar?
How to advertise on social media on September 15th.
All right.
So our decorative series discussed on August 11th, all about Decolite and printable films, view control films, Neutralux August 17th, a new antimicrobial surface film, and all about the IWFA on August 26th. And then the following month in September, from our marketing department, keys for advertising on social media. That's going to conclude today's. Hopefully we had a couple questions that give us a little bit of time to discuss the product a little bit more. Did we have any?
We do. So Jesse, if you could go back to the slide that had the roll sizes and the different cut down slides. I think there were some people that joined late and we have some questions about that.
Absolutely. So with Wincos 1.5, now we're offering this in a 60-inch roll. It only comes in 60 inches, but we do offer slitting. So if you'd like a roll cut to a custom width, we can offer it in any width that you choose. We were just giving some examples here that might optimize different things for different people around the world. As Steve just went into with the plotters, some widths are more optimal for different types of cars. And so you might choose a 20-inch and a 40-inch, or you might do an 18-inch, a 20, and a 22-inch. It really depends on the vehicles that you're getting most common, which widths you may cut it. And you never know, maybe your best choice is not to have it slit and you like to bulk and you use it from the 60-inch and you work from there.
And you also
what's an example of a car? Sorry, go ahead.
One thing to that real quick. And you want to also add, when you're figuring out what size to cut your rolls down, if you're using a plotter, then you can also nest those patterns in a way that optimizes each roll size as well. So if you were to have a quarter glass that you wanted to move up to the waist area in the front part of a front door or move things around to where you nest it in there so that you actually can save as much waste as possible. So when you're figuring out your calculations of how you want to have your rolls cut down, consider how you're going to be using it. And if you're using a plotter, that definitely will, the way that you nest the patterns and move them around on the cut screen will definitely benefit you.
Steve, what's an example of a car that requires a 60-inch roll?
Back window of a Tesla Model 3 is the only one that I know that requires a 60-inch piece of film.
Okay, thanks, Steve. And then we're also getting some questions about what VLTs are available for the product right now.
Sure, we'd be happy to help you there. So the Wincos, which you're traditionally accustomed to, comes in a 10, a 20, a 30, a 45, a 60, a 70, and a 90. With the new Wincos 1.5, we saw a need to offer a darker version, so we're going to offer a Wincos 3%, and then we're going to continue up from there. So it'll be a 10, a 20, a 30, a 45, a 60, and then 70. We don't offer the Wincos 1.5 in the 90% right now, but if the demand is there, we can consider it in the future. But for right now, we're just concentrating on the 3 through the 70.
And another thing to add about the Wincos 1.5 mil is now that the Wincos is in a 1.5 mil, being a thicker film, the shrinkability, it takes heat much better than a 1 mil film. And it's also much easier to handle. It's a lot more pliable when you're moving your pattern around or getting in and out of a car. So there is a huge benefit to having a thicker film, a thicker version of the Wincos.
Great. And somebody else asked how it compares to some of our other films like BPHT.
Sure. So Black Pearl High Performance, or the HP, is a metallized film. I think we missed an opportunity to talk about the differences in the film earlier, Steve, but so there's a couple of different ways that you can color or dye a film. And we use 3 different methods. The first is a dye and a laminate. So when we bond 2 layers of film together, we introduce the coloring in between the 2 films. The second one is deep dip dyed or solution dyed. That's where the film, a clear film, goes through a chemical bath, and that's what imparts the color to it. And then from there, we have Wincos, which is an extruded dyed film. That one is where when the film is being extruded, colorant is added into the PET chips, and then that way when it comes out of the machine, the color runs all the way through the film. So both versions of Wincos, the one that you've been purchasing and now the new 1.5, both come with extruded dyed film. And it's a little different than Black Pearl HP. So Black Pearl HP is a solution dyed film with a metallized layer. Wincos offers the nanoceramic coating, so it's just different ways of affecting the visible light that's coming into your car. The advantage with nanoceramic is it's not going to interfere with any of the today's technology, so cell phones, your body control modules, the radio that's coming into your car, anything that's operating on radio waves can be interfered with metals. So it's just a more modern film, and it's a better heat rejector than what we offer with the Black Pearl High Performance. So a couple advantages and just some differences between the films from there.
And with it being an extruded dyed film, it's much more color stable than the
Right.
dye film.
We can see if there's any additional questions.
I see a question that just popped up about warranty. It is a lifetime warranty.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, I think that's all the questions, guys. Thank you so much, and thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.